Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we will discuss two short topics which are juvenile delinquency and battered baby syndrome. Now first we will discuss the juvenile delinquency. Juvenile means a boy under the age of 16 years and a girl under the age of 18 years. In broad sense, juvenile delinquency is not merely a juvenile crime. Juvenile delinquency basically embraces all deviations from normal youthful behavior, and it includes ungovernable, habitually disobedient, and those who desert their homes and mix with immoral people, and those with behavioral problems and indulge in antisocial practice. Now we will discuss the incidence of juvenile delinquency. In United States, it is reported that about 2% of children between the ages of 7 to 17 years attend juvenile courts. Comparable statistics they are not available in Pakistan to denote the size of the problem. But it is agreed that juvenile delinquency is on the increase in our country during the past 2 to 3 decades due to changes in the cultural pattern of the people, and also because of urbanization and industrialization. The highest incidence of juvenile delinquency is found in children aged 15 years and above. The incidence among boys is 4 to 5 times more than among girls. Causes of juvenile delinquency include biological causes, social causes, and few other causes. Now, first of all, we will discuss biological causes. Certain biological causes, such as hereditary defects, feeble-mindedness, physical defects, and glandular imbalance, they may be at the bottom of juvenile delinquency. Recent studies they indicate that chromosomal anomaly might be associated with a tendency for delinquency. A survey of the criminal patients in Scotland and elsewhere demonstrated such a link. Some of the patients they are showing an extra Y chromosome. The XYY persons they suffer from severe disturbances of the whole personality. Social causes which are linked with juvenile delinquency include broken homes, for example, death of the parents, separation of the parents, stepmothers, and disturbed home condition, poverty, alcoholism, parental neglect, ignorance about child care, and too many children. There may be few other factors which are linked with juvenile delinquency. These may be absence of recreation facilities, urbanization and industrialization, cinemas and television, slum dwelling, etc. Preventive measures include improvement of family life, improvement of schooling, and better social welfare services. Now we will discuss each of these in detail. Improvement of family life. A well adjusted family can stem the tide of delinquency. Parents should be prepared for parenthood. The needs of the children should be appreciated and met. Schooling. The school comes next to home in the community in ordering the behavior of children. There should be a healthy teacher-pupil relationship. The school teacher can play an important part by detecting early signs of maladjustment. Social welfare services comprise recreation facilities, parent counseling, child guidance, educational facilities, and adequate general health services. This concludes our juvenile delinquency. Now we will move to next topic of our today's discussion, that is battered baby syndrome. Dear students, now we will discuss the second topic of our today's discussion, that is battered baby syndrome. Battered baby syndrome has been defined as a clinical condition in young children, usually under the age of 3 years, who have received non-accidental, wholly inexcusable violence or injury on one or more occasions, including minimal as well as severe fatal trauma, for what is often the most trivial provocation by the hands of an adult who is in a position of trust, and generally that adult can be a parent, guardian, or a foster parent. In addition to physical injury, there may be deprivation of nutrition, care, and affection in circumstances which indicate that such deprivation is not accidental. Battered baby syndrome has been found in all strata of the society. Its incidence is not known, but as far as the sequelae are concerned, the most worrying is the risk of mental and neurological complications. Thus, it has been tentatively suggested that 10 to 15% of cases of cerebral palsy and almost double that proportion of the newly mentally retarded children each year may be the result of the battered baby syndrome. This concludes our today's lecture. Thank you very much.